I see me. Hey guys, I'm gonna do a bonus late night stream because this game's really fun. And also because I lost and I want to like get through the really early stuff. For tomorrow. Hey, you're Rudeful and S. Badkins. I didn't think anybody would be here. I've been pretty consistent on my stream schedule. But I guess if you guys are around. What should we call this? I don't usually stream this late, Spadkins. I'm gonna stream for like 5 hours though. I'm really enjoying playing this game, and I don't need to sleep that much. Caitlin says I should call it the Sunset Stream. Rudeful and Spadkins go to White Castle doesn't fit. We could call it Shinobi. That would really trigger those of my viewers who don't like the way that Long War II class is named. It wouldn't achieve anything else though. Why don't we call it MJB Wizard? MJB Wizard and JoINrbs Sheagle. Which is not yet a thing. Not yet a thing. Alright. I already watched this. So, we tried the Crimson Cord and it was rough and one of my guys died, and then we tried a Shambler and it was rough and two of my guys died, and then we tried another Shambler. That was particularly rough as well, although none of my people died from that one. So we're back at the beginning. Back at the beginning. I already sort of gave the introductory explanations there.
Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead. Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
Thug. That all may hear my arrival. I wonder if I could turn on... Hold. I feel like there's probably something to having subtitles on in this game. I've never actually tried this before.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
I don't know, it's sort of just in the way of my torch.
An ambush. Send these vermin a message.
Yeah, that's just irritating.
Has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Fair enough. I guess that's why nobody plays this with subtitles on. I'm getting shot at. Okay. I'm gonna take out the bloodletter first. Point blank shot. Ouch. Doesn't matter much which order I go, stun and smite, I don't think. Let's go smite first. If I go smite and get high damage, maybe I can go smite smite instead of stun smite stun. That makes sense. I just said a bunch of words. And that could get me to killing the Fusilier a little bit faster. Yeah, this looks like it's working to me. He's already bleeding for 4. Dead.
Does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
He's in the way. But it shouldn't matter. Like, it doesn't... No matter if Dismas has to kill the Fusilier by himself, Fusilier can't deal enough damage to do anything relevant. Yes, matey. Pygmalion Jones, last run we got a little bit carried away, perhaps. Perhaps a little bit carried away there.
But yonder, a glint of gold.
4 deeds ain't bad. Other stuff too. I'm gonna speed stuff up to 1.3 times speed. And we have 2 level 1 heroes with Hero Mania and Weapon Tinker. Not so bad. Hey, Talberts.
Welcome home, such as it is. This squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands, they are yours now, and you are bound to them.
So I was thinking about playing a Highlander campaign.
Outlaws, fools, and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear. In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
A Highlander campaign would be... Oh, he's still talking.
Poisoned earth,
Fair enough.
awaiting merciful oblivion.
A Highlander campaign would be the same challenges as the last run, plus I'm only allowed 1 of each hero on the roster at a time. So there are 16 different classes in this game. You need 16 heroes for the Darkest Dungeons, and I would not be allowed to have more than the 16 heroes, 1 of each class. And if one died, I could replace it with a new one. That's ridiculous, isn't it? That doesn't seem even remotely possible.
Word is traveling.
Sounds like the sort of thing I'd enjoy trying.
In distant cities. We can use this.
Hey, I didn't know that these guys got different perks, but this time I have Incision on Mobak. It's minus 1% crit and minus 5% max HP, but plus 2 speed. Plus 2 speed is pretty good. These are both quite negative though. Minus 2 speed if torch above 75 is quite bad. Okay, so everyone's pretty bad, with the exception of Dismas. Dismas is the only hero that I would bother keeping out of these 4. Fair enough.
A mecca of madness and morbidity. Your work begins.
Which party shall we go with? Tricky Glory, Red Hook, or the Usual Suspects? I think we probably want the Usual Suspects with Incision on our Plague Doctor. He doesn't have black... He doesn't have... Oh, he doesn't have back rank stun. Okay. We're getting plus 20% disease resist and minus 2 dodge. That's absolute garbage. Nothing about this is super exciting just yet. Let's name these people that are totally not just getting dismissed the second that we finish this run. After us, Badkins. And... Is Dismas actually in a good class? Highwayman is... I don't know. I'm starting to like Highwayman a little bit more, though.
Now in gold, later in blood.
I should know exactly what I need for this dungeon because it's the same every time. But I still don't. Probably never will. Sure, something like this is probably okay. So, I was really enjoying Highwayman in my last campaign for the ability to duelist advance, which lets you move forward while dealing pretty good damage, and riposting, which means you just deal sort of random damage back to the enemy as well. It seemed really strong paired with a Grave Robber, because the Grave Robber could lunge from the back rank, be in second position, and the Highwayman could duelist advance past her, and the Grave Robber goes back to third position and gets to lunge again. So I think the Highwayman's like sort of flexible damage, and flexible damage seems pretty good. Hey Marcus, Anna.
If only treasure could staunch the
I think you
flow.
can like shift right click or something to buy a full stack. I know I just did it, but I don't remember how I did it. We can blight, we can try to make the skeletons bleed as well. Try to make him bleed. Ah, it didn't work. Maybe next time.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles. Executed with impunity.
Alright. Then our unlocked strongbox, and we get another shovel, some citrine, and a scouting ping. Seems less valuable in a dungeon where you know where everything's going to be in advance.
Seems bent on preventing passage.
Jorps sort of boned himself, David. A little bit. It was not the best. This cultist acolyte has already gotten probably the only attack she'll be able to get off. Bleed seems pretty good because it will proc twice. Go Zealous Accusation for some splash damage on the skeleton. Still need to deal 1 damage. Go Zealous again next turn, I guess.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope
Well,
blossoms.
I mean, it's gonna hit a corpse now. Go Incision, Disorienting Blast, Grape Shot. Probably go Grape Shot. And we can stun this. Hey, Tony. Yeah, I was thinking about that a second ago, too, actually.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all. This expedition at least promises success.
Marcus Senna really likes antiquarians. I'll try to remember. I'm very unscientific about it. I typically, like, if I need someone to name, I look at who's in chat, and then I
Wealth
just, like,
beyond
pick
measure.
something and name them.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
I wonder what it would be like if the guy who did the voice acting for this streamed and he just had subtitles on and he just read the subtitles and gave no other commentary. I think I would watch that.
The
Ooh.
ground quakes. Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Grievous injury.
Headed towards Commander Beagle Hairland look. I've gotta grow this part up more though. Right? I just have the buzz cut. Beagle has something that's very much his own.
Give them no quarter.
some chance of getting a stun off. We could also just kill this, though. With one attack, it was about the same likelihood. Pistol Shot actually deals less damage than Open Vein. So despite the fact that I'm trying to bleed a skeleton, it's better than using my other attack on it. Blood-soaked pages torn from a journal. They are sleeping. I am kept from slumber by the distinct stream of whispers, as if hold on. I have an idea. Darkest dungeon, full journal texts. This is blood-soaked pages torn from a journal, 4 out of 6. Oh, I can't. Ugh. Try Amazon Poly. Amazon Poly turns text into lifelike speech using deep learning. This is very important. We'll get there. We'll get there soon. Curses. That one didn't work. Hey, Montebank, how's it going? And Dunkzinski, how are you? Why is this so hard? I just want text to speech. I don't want it for Android. Text to speech. They want me to pay for it. Why would they make me pay for it? Here we go.
They are sleeping. I am kept from slumber by a distinct stream of whispers, as if carried by the currents and waves of the sea. I have not told them that most of my flesh has sloughed off, revealing a strange silvery membrane. I keep myself covered. They questioned me when I ate the meat raw at Campfall, and found my response difficult to understand. I suppose it would be best to explain my condition. When they awaken, then they would be convinced of my urgency to leave and find aid in the hamlet.
There's something particularly unsettling about hearing a robot say that. Alright. It was a trap.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
The part where it talked about its flesh being slowed off was my personal favorite. Saurian seems really good against the Arbalest. Still fine. Skalanton is still not bleeding. I'm increasingly certain that that's just deliberate trolling on the part of Red Hook. Giving you a guy who bleeds things and then giving you 17 skeletons to kill at the start of the campaign. Yeah, Blazar. I didn't have anything to do tonight because Beagle didn't stream on Thursday. I mean, I have stuff I could do. I have stuff that I did do already. But in general, I like can stream right now, so I decided I would.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
We're almost out of torches. What does this do? Gives me... stress relief, I think. But all of these guys suck. but they're all terrible. So I think I want to fail this. Yeah, because we get riches sometimes if we fail it.
Trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Ooh, we're actually rich. That's nice. Let's go backward.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
Looks like tinned cans, bottles, sacks of grain, and a bar of soap with rope around it. Back's on the menu, boys. Is back on the menu? Back's on the menu? I don't know. We have an arbalist thing, portrait, deed, bust, medicinal herbs probably aren't needed. I don't think we need anti-venom. How can they be hungry and full at the same time? Continue adventuring. We're going to be taking the last fight in darkness. We are surprised. How wonderful. I'm okay with taking some stress. I don't want any of these heroes. If I take stress on them, it's a good excuse to get rid of them. Try to kill the sword skeleton because it deals a lot of damage. Illumination would increase our torch. Let's go for the damage instead, I think. Party is actually usable in these positions. The delicious taste of roped soap. It always reminds me of home. Work on this bone arbalist. Nice crit. As long as we don't get crit back. Oh hey, my plague doctor is making his way backwards. Her way backwards? Its way backwards.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
This might be the first time that I've ever had a preschool teacher as the last remaining enemy in a group. Caitlin's giving me a funny look. It's a weird game, Caitlin. It's a weird game. She's already dead.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
It's 2% crit plus 5% stress minus 3% virtue chance. Probably good enough to use, especially with Grape Shot. Pay attention to gender verbs for pixels. I was surprised when I found out that the Plague Doctor was female. Because, I mean, everything is completely covered on this character, right? You can't really see much. I guess the chest sort of gives it away. Certainly there is some implication there. But I never really thought about that. I don't know. How RNG dependent is this game? I don't think it's that RNG dependent if you're playing on, like, non-ridiculous difficulty. If you decide you're going to play on ridiculous difficulty, then sure, it starts to get up there. We got bad quirks on people who already had a ton of bad quirks, so they're just not going to be here anymore.